Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Welcome to new video lecture on morphology. This is the first video, chapter 6. So in chapter 6 we are going to talk about compounds, and mainly it's compounds, but the first topic is compounds versus phrases. Okay, what are compounds? I'm sure you know. By now we have at least 2-3 times we have discussed. So compounds are formed by combining two, okay, by two what free roots, for example classroom textbook, or bound roots, for example electrolysis microscopies. So what actually we studied previously, compounds are formed by combining two free roots or two roots, okay, but here we have more distinction, free root or bound root. So compounds are formed by combining two free roots. Then examples of free root: classroom. Class is one root and room is another root, because both can stand alone. Class can stand alone, room can stand alone. Same is textbook, text and book, they can stand alone. But by the time they are put together as compounds, they give one single meaning, right? So both the roots, they make and combine one compound. And compounds, remember, we consider them as one word, because compounds are just like one word, okay? So by now classroom is not two words, it's just one word. Textbook is only one word, one compound. So because both the roots were free, we consider them compounds. uh, Compounds are found by combining two free roots or bound roots, two bound roots. For example, electrolysis. In electrolysis, electro cannot stand alone, lysis cannot stand alone. But when they come together, because they are roots, remember, lysis is not a suffix, it's a root. So electrolysis. So here we have two roots and both the roots are bound. Same way, micro and scopy, micro and scopy, microscopy. So here we have two bound roots, which cannot, micro cannot stand alone, scopy cannot stand alone. Rather, when they come together, both the roots, both bound roots come together, then they can stand alone and they are considered as compounds. So this definition, which just, I mean, there might be slight variation, but still you already know what are compounds. This is phrasal words we are going to talk about first time. So phrasal words have internal structure of phrases. Okay, internal structure of phrases. I'm sure you know the phrase. For example, book is just one word, but the green book, the interesting book, these are phrases. You have studied some 4 courses on grammar, I'm sure you know. So I can give you, still I can give you some more examples of phrases, like I mean, I gave you with book, the small boy, for example, the small boy we use, and then we can say a large building, or the building, or the book. These are all phrases. Okay, now let's come to phrasal words. Phrasal words have internal structure of phrases, that is, they are more than one words, but they function syntactically as words. Okay, this is important. So they function syntactically as a syntax, they are placed together, like White House and blackboard. Interestingly, the same blackboard and White House, they can be used as compounds, but we are using here as phrasal words. What is the difference? We will discuss their differences in detail in this lecture video. Okay, so for a while I'm not just going to start it explaining it, just later on you would find it, but we will address them fully. Okay, now what we could gather, at least you can see this White House, there is a space in between. In classroom and textbook there is no, although this is no criteria of space, but just simply to make you see a difference. Okay, actually there are, how do we distinguish between a compound and a phrasal word? There are two criteria that we use: stress and semantic differences. Now we will see them one by one in detail. Okay, compounds versus phrasal words. Now you would find phrasal words, blackboard. Now this shows this very small kind of exclamation mark sort of, that because I was unable to place small bar on it while I was typing, so it is just simply a small line, and this shows what? This shows stress. For example, the pronunciation between these two is, it is pronounced as blackboard, in which board has been stressed, and here blackboard, in which black has been stressed and board will be no stress. So blackboard and blackboard. So this one is blackboard, blackboard. So black will not be stressed, board will be stressed, as you can see symbol of stress. Here stress will be on at the beginning. Same is with all other examples, you can see, because first criteria was about stress. So in phrasal words, stress will come at the last element, and in compounds it will come at the first element. Why we're using element instead of root or something? Because it's easy, it is more encompassing. So apparently the letters are same. Even this space does not matter a lot. Honestly, I tell you, this space is no issue. Sometimes we have compounds and we write them with space. Like toy factory, here you can see there is a space in between. So same space here. So this is not a typographical mistake, rather it's written like the same way. For that reason I said space is no criteria, but stress and difference of meaning, semantic differences, these two are the criteria. So phrasal words are stressed at the second element or last element. Compounds are stressed at the first element. This is the first difference. So how will you say this? Silkworm, silkworm. So silk will not be stressed, worm will be stressed, silkworm. But here silkworm, silk will be stressed. Likewise, toy factory, toy factory. So toy will not be stressed, factory will be stressed. But here toy factory, toy factory. So in which toy will be stressed. So first criteria you can see in all these 6 examples, the stress, phrasal words will be stressed in the last element and compounds are stressed on the first element. Oh, I'm sure you gathered this, right? Okay, then you will see the second criteria, and that is about semantic differences. Let's see, semantic differences means differences of meanings. Okay, what kind of differences of meanings we may have? Here you will find, for example, here you will find, do they mean same, these two, phrasal word and compound? Or if I, in other words, if I ask you, okay, I think because the larger videos, it's difficult to upload, they take rather longer time and sometimes they pose problems for me. So I stop here, and once again I will come for semantic differences in the next video. Thank you very much. Please stay with us.